My video cut off again right when we were near the end here, but 740%. Now we're going this way. So that's when if there is no decimals in the back of the number, and that's when you move 2 this way. This would be the number 7.4. Or remember, changing percents to decimals is literally dividing by 100. So you could type it in a calculator and divide by 100 and get 7.4 that way. Okay, I like these problems. Remember this. What is 5% of 500 for number 30? What is 5% of 500? These problems always have a percent. They always have an is, and they always have an of. And the setup, it doesn't matter where the what part is. It can be in any of the 3 slots. But you always do the percent over 100 equals the is above the of, because that's alphabetical I before O. Every problem can be solved with that little setup. So if you know the percent, 5%, then that's 5 out of 100. That's literally what a percent is out of 100. I don't know the is. The is the what, so that's the variable x, or whatever you want to call it. I do know the of is 500. The x can land in any of these 3 slots here. And then wherever the x is, that's the one I cross multiply first. 100 times x is 100x. And then you can do the other one where there's both numbers, 500 times 5. In an equation, order doesn't matter, so I just like to put the x on the left. 2,500. And then you're dividing by 100. And in 2 of the 3 cases, the answer will be an integer or a decimal. Only if you have what percent do you put a percent on the answer, although they usually do it for you. So divide by 100. 25 would be the answer. So what is 5% of 500? 25 is. So say somebody had $500 and they said, I'm going to give 5% to somebody. What is that amount they're giving them? They're going to give somebody $25 if that's what they're doing. But now, same question, except now it says of what? 3 is 10% of what? On 31, 3 is 10% of what? This time the unknown is the of. Last time it was the is. So always start with the percent first. 10% is literally 10 out of 100. And then just make sure you have the is on top and the of on the bottom. It doesn't matter where the x ends up landing. 3 is, that needs to go on the top of what? That's where the x is. Last time the x was in the top, now it's in the bottom. So I do the diagonal with x first every time. 10 times x is literally that. Hopefully you can do 100 times 3 in your head or use a calculator. That's 300. Divide by 10. Divided by 10s are nice too. It just knocks 1 0 off. 30 divided by 1 is 30. So 3 is 10% of what? It's 10% of 30, which is an integer. But see how the percent is waiting here on the answer already? So 3 is what percent of 100? This review had all 3 versions of this. So 32. 3 is what percent? 3 is, that's not a good looking 3. 3 is what percent of 10? So now I don't know the percent. What percent? So I put x over 100. Here's where the x is in the top left. And we still need is and of in that order. So the 3 is, and the of is 10. The diagonal with x is right there. 10x And 3 times 100 is 300 again. So this is just a coincidence that it's going to come out the same. But actually, if you were doing this on paper, the answer would not just be 30. You would need to write 30%. They would count it wrong if you didn't put the percent. But here they're nice and they put the percent for you. But I've seen in other math classes where the student has to put the percent and they'll get it wrong when they don't put it, or they'll put it when they're not supposed to. The only time you put the percent is literally when it says what percent. If it says what is or of what, then you don't put a percent symbol. That's the only difference in that one. Okay, final problem. This is about everyday life, or you go buy something, you have to pay tax or get discounts, things like that. An exercise machine had an original price of $800. It's on sale for 24% off. Okay, let me just come down here. We want to buy an $800 exercise machine. It's 24% off. So first change this percent to a decimal. We never do calculations with percents. This is 0.24 as a decimal, just like we did a few problems ago. You move the decimal over twice. So 800 times 0.24, you're going to save $192. They're going to take $192 off the price. So that's literally what you do, is you subtract then. 800 minus 192. If it was paying tax, you'd be paying this extra amount. Instead, discount, you get to take it away. So now the machine costs $608. Now, who knows if they just inflated the price so that it would come out after the discount to what they wanted to get anyway. But at least you're not paying the full 800. 608. Oh, whoop, I almost misread it. What is the discount amount? Discount amount is how much you're taking off. That's the 192. And then what are you going to actually pay? The sales price is the 608. Okay, so I got 100% on review number 2, 33 problems. Save this. Unfortunately, my camera cut off with just less than 10 minutes ago. So unfortunately, this is the second of 2 videos for this day, but at least we got all 33 problems in. So we are halfway done with the reviews now. And Monday we did review 1, week 1. Today, Tuesday, we did review week 2. Tomorrow's Wednesday, we'll do review week 3. And then Thursday, we do review week 4. So see you tomorrow for review week 3.